Hi there, my name is Mr. Tarask, and I found a monster. Hi there fellow roleplayers and game masters, my name is Mr. Tarask, and today I want to do something completely different, something that I don't usually do, and I just want to talk about a monster that I found in a monster book, in a bestiary, the Tome of Beasts 1 in this particular case, because one consistent in my tabletop RPG hobby thing that I do, that I've been doing for my entire life, is that every now and then I find myself sitting down like on a chair or in my kitchen or on the toilet with a bestiary and just flipping through the bestiary looking for interesting monsters, interesting mechanics, interesting artwork to pit against my players. And every now and then I stumble upon a monster that I glanced over for hundreds, maybe 200 times when looking through a book because I didn't find it interesting, but then I actually looked deeper into it and it's actually much more interesting than I thought. So without further ado, let's talk about the white ape. And here it is, ladies and pentalgeeple, a white ape. This is on page 396, if I'm not mistaken, of the Tome of Beasts 1. If you don't know what the Tome of Beasts 1 is, it's basically the 2023 version of the original Tome of Beasts by Kobold Press, which was a good book, but it had its problems. They fixed it, they fixed some of the problems, tossed away some of the monsters, added some new monsters in, updated some artwork, updated some stuff, and that is the Tome of Beasts 1 right now. Also, they gave it a number because the first one didn't have a number. So the reason I passed by this, I skipped over this creature is because at first glance, it is just a white ape. And I've always thought it was something in the sense of just a stronger version of a gorilla or something like that, or a gorilla leader or an albino gorilla or something like that, which it absolutely isn't. It is a stronger version of a gorilla. So yes, it is, but it is more than that. And for me, it fits perfectly in my campaign in the near future because my players, after they do the Scarlet Citadel, they want to go all the way to the southern part of the Southlands in the Midgard campaign setting by Kobold Press because they want to go to basically to dinosaur country. So there's going to be a lot of jungle, like with a lot of temples and a lot of stuff. But also my players are getting, at least two of my players are getting more and more interested in ley lines. I've been like hinting towards ley lines and all that stuff. If you don't know what that is, I have a video on ley lines. So I expect my players in that jungle environment to probably at one point or another go closer to a ley line to like tap into its power or do whatever. And I think this creature, the white ape, comes in there perfectly for like a little quick encounter that is more than just a bag of hit points, because you can toss a T-Rex in their face and just be like, there's a T-Rex that wants to eat you, or you can have a white ape that's basically trying to do the same thing but for different reasons. So let's talk about this one really quickly. So this hulking primate looms over others of its kind. Its filthy white fur is matted and yellowed, and it is a deranged look haunts its blood-red eyes. Awakened by sorcery, white apes were once docile, gentle giants that roamed forest, hills, and savanna lands. 2,000 years ago, a kingdom of mages awakened the apes and employed them as soldiers and servants protecting and replacing the mages who were slowly dying of an unknown disease. When the mages died, the apes remained. And then there is the most important part, arcane wasting. This an enchantment that imbued the apes with intelligence also bleached their fur white and made them carriers of the arcane wasting disease that hastened their creator's demise. The apes are immune to the wasting's effect, but they can pass it to humanoids. Among spellcasters, the wasting spreads like a plague. So the white ape carries a disease. They are immune to the disease. It's a pretty freaking bad disease, but they're immune to it. But they carry it. The way they give it to other humanoids is actually really interesting. Also, driven away is a really important part. Their long relationship with the ancient mages built in the white ape's culture or of communal knowledge and protection. This drives many white apes ape tribes to seek partnerships and companionships with nearby humanoid settlements. Unfortunately, their carrying of the arcane wasting disease leaves many humanoids terrified of them, viciously driving away the apes. They are actually aware of the injustice that was done to them, and generations of exile have turned their desire for companionship to animosity, especially toward the spellcasters that are so susceptible to the disease they carry. So these guys, this dude right here, hates spellcasters. So right there, you as a game master immediately have a reason to target the spellcaster of your group, or two spellcasters of the group. The ape might attack, and they're like attacking the party or whatever because they're hungry. I don't know. There's two apes attacking the party, and then somebody casts a spell. The two apes immediately look the spellcaster in the eye and start viciously attacking that spellcaster, which I absolutely love. So it's a challenge 6 creature. It is so it's kind of like early tier 2, late tier 1, depending on how many you want to pit against your players. And the Arcane Wasting Disease, really quickly, is basically when you are infected, it takes 1d4 days to for after infection to like start, and then you need to roll a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, or your intelligence and wisdom scores are reduced by 1d2. So with 1 point or 2 points, right? This reduction lasts until the creature finishes a long rest after the disease is cured. So you need to cure the disease and then take a long rest in order to do that. So if 1d2, that doesn't seem like a lot, right? But if you're like a level 5 party and your spellcaster got targeted by this disease, and you are traveling through the jungle and there's nobody in your party with a cure disease spell or whatever, you can be screwed pretty damn quickly, because like you're traveling through the jungle, you're not really near a town, you need to travel for 7 more days or something like that. If something like this happens at that point in time, that can become really, really, really dangerous. Now, how do you get this thing? Well, basically, it says before secured, human must see the saving throw also become fighting arcane wasting disease. So, if the infected creature casts a spell on a humanoid before the disease is cured, and the humanoid is hit by the spell or fails the saving throw, that humanoid must succeed on a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, or also become infected with the arcane wasting disease. Right? And the humanoid is hit by the spell. So, I don't know, but I would rule this. Like, I don't know what rules as written per se they mean with this, but I personally rule this as if you have the disease, let's say you have the disease, and you don't really like know what is going on, you just know you caught a disease, but you don't know how you caught it, whatever, you caught it, and you try to heal your party member, that party member is going to roll a DC 15 Constitution. I don't know what rules as written exactly means with this, but I'm ruling it that way. So DC 15 Constitution saving throw, or you also get the disease, which can start to become, if you're a cleric or you're a bard who kind of like heals you, whatever, gets this disease, that could be really, really, really bad for the party. Just adding that extra layer of urgency to the situation, because it's only a 1d2. So most spellcasters, because the intelligence and wisdom goes down, most spellcasters will be okay for quite a while. So I think it creates a sense of urgency, but it is not too unbalanced and dangerous. It's not too much. It's not like 1d6 or 1d4. It's just a 1d2, right? The white ape has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. And then there is spellcasting animosity. If the white ape sees a creature cast a spell, the ape has advantage on attack rolls against that creature on the ape's next turn. So other than that, just has a bite attack, which can also give the arcane wasting disease right here. And it has a frenzy attack. Damage pierced with 10 feet away, push 10 feet away, success, stuff like that. Dexterity saving throw, you take a shit ton of damage, you're pushed 10 feet away, the creature take half damage, and the creature that succeeds on saving throw also advantage on attack rolls until the end of the So I think the combination of what is in here is more than meets the eye, and is really can become really, really dangerous. And this just adds to like the lore, because they say here that they are intelligent and they sought out companionship with humanoids. So it sounds a bit weird, but we're living in a fantasy world, right? And there's this town, and there's like 10 folks in this town, and there's just a bunch of apes who are intelligent. They might, I don't know, they might start having sex with each other. I know, sounds weird, but they might. And that is physical contact. So physical contact can give you the arcane wasting disease, and that is why the people drove away these apes, and now the apes are driven away due to them being carriers of that arcane wasting, and because of the ages of exile, they're like freaking pissed off at the mages that gave them that disease, and they're now like, everybody who casts a spell must die. That is why I flipped through this book 1,000 times, never looked at this deeper than just at the artwork, but now I absolutely love the white ape, and I absolutely want to pit this against my players, against my spellcasters, and just create this sense of urgency in the campaign. I don't want people to die from this disease. I don't want to like do a TPK from the white ape disease, whatever. I just want to create like more storytelling through this disease, through this thing. Just create, it is a cool thing to like create a world around the creature, because like I said in the beginning of the video, you can just have like, I don't know, a giant walk in and they're trying to kill the party because they're hungry, or a T-Rex or whatever, which are cool encounters in themselves. But the white ape is a cool encounter, but it also adds to the world building of the area that you are in at that particular point in the campaign. So if you're one of my group party members, yeah, if I don't know if my players watch my videos, but if you do, you can expect yourself to meet one of these guys. I have no idea why I felt the urge to do this video about a monster, but if you like the video, make sure to hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe, and if you want to see me cover more monsters, just like random monsters, interesting things that I find in monster books, make sure to put that in the comments below. Also, I'm running a Kickstarter campaign right now, and if there is ever a time to support me, to help me continue what I'm doing right here on YouTube, spread positivity through the tabletop RPG scene, it is right now. Make sure to click the link in the description below or in the pinned comment or whatever. And until next video, bye-bye.